The rocks are ready, guys.
The rocks are ready.
Come on, boys.
Oh, okay, wait.
Take
I'm
your
actually
clothes off.
downloading.
Welcome to your auntie's favorite podcast. It is World Hive Day. Hive, am I saying it right? Hive Day? Not that hive. Oh, HIV. It's World HIV
Ooh.
Day.
What
Well-
is World HIV Day? First of all, are we celebrating it?
I don't think you celebrate it. It's more of giving awareness to the day in regard to safe sex, transmitted diseases, STDs, STIs. And it's just bringing more awareness on how we could protect ourselves sexually, healthy sex.
Hey, come on, fellas. We're in someone's house here. Give a shout out to the people that invited us here, Hirsch.
Oh yeah, shout out to the Navajo Nation Prevention Project, our prevention program, for inviting us for this special episode. We appreciate you guys. But I think, so this is gonna be a special episode where we're gonna be talking about sex.
We're talking to
And-
you, audience.
So these guys seem to believe that there's a such thing as safe sex. And
When
to
we say
me,
these guys, he's talking about myself,
I see these
Delmar
two,
Blackhorse,
Delmar, Herschel.
Herschel Clark down below, Mr. MPH himself, Mr. Raw
I don't-
Dog King himself.
But first of all, for the audience, I want to make sure that this is not my special area, but I appreciate recognizing my MPH. I do have a master's in public health, but I'm gonna wing it just like Delmar and Adrian do it. So I'm just an audience too, learning about this really interesting topic.
I just have a lot of experience with sex, so I'm qualified to speak on this topic.
Actually, that's
My name's
kind of
Adrian.
interesting that we were invited to speak on this topic because, I mean, for a podcast that doesn't have a lot of sex, I mean, how are we even like the knowledgeable people on this topic?
I think
I
they
don't know,
wanted to
man.
hear.
Maybe
I think they wanted to hear the man, like a real man's perspective on this topic.
what I was heard was they said our podcast name your auntie's favorite podcast. So like, oh yeah, your auntie. So I guess we're experts in your aunties on
In the
Indian country.
antes,
Him and the anti's
But yeah,
topics.
well, for our audience, man, some of us don't know us. You guys want to introduce yourselves really quick, Adrian, Delmar? Then
Well, my
really
name's
quick.
Adrian, and just happy to be with you guys today, talk about this important topic. So I'm excited to get into it.
my name is Delmar, and I just came here to talk about sex. I
All
always
day.
find that word weird because in like you can make Navajos uncomfortable by saying sex.
Mhm.
Like even the way we say it's kind of funny. We always say like sex, like it's this bad taboo word. But we're here to talk about sex today on World Hive Day.
World Hive. All right. My name is Herschel Clark. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you guys. But this it's gonna be sexual education, sex, safe sex. It's recognizing awareness on this day, which is held every Wednesday, December 1st. So calm down, you guys. Damn, let's be a little educational. Come on, you guys.
Well, speaking about sex, Hirsch, I have to ask you this question: why don't men wear condoms?
Jeez.
I mean,
From personal
generally
experience
speaking,
or just man, there's a lot of reasons why. Typical reasons, common reasons why. Number one, we hate wearing condoms. That's a lot of men say that. You guys could relate to that. And I think it doesn't feel good. We like the raw attention, we like the physical one-on-one, like that human to human, touch, I guess, feeling.
I've never had that feeling before.
Dude, wear a condom. I'm not gonna say anything, don't do it. Having putting on a condom ruins the mood too. Like you getting into it, foreplay and all that, then all of a sudden you got to stop and put on some condoms. Like that's another stigma, another belief behind that. And also condoms slip off. Some of us may be too small. I don't know. We'll talk a little bit about that. And then I think from native country, Indian the tribes, we always say, "Hey, I'm tradish. Hey, don't wear condoms." And I think another one is I'm trying to repopulate my people. I don't wear condoms.
actually, I mean, you could
That's a good
justify it.
excuse. Yeah.
You're helping out the census, so
No, I don't know.
All right. Well,
Plus you get those tax credits.
Oh, yeah.
how do you guys personally feel about condoms?
Man, go ahead, Adrian.
Nah,
You're
man,
the
you
expert.
first. Oh yeah. Condoms. You guys. My perspective is different because I don't think that we should even be talking about this subject because I'm like tradish. But basically, I think that we should not be having sex like before you're married. So I think that's a good way to not, make sure you don't contract HIV or any STI. Is just don't have sex until you're married and make sure that person is somebody that you know and trust. But I think a lot of times when we're in relationships, it's hard not to engage in sex because there's so much influence. So even so, after you've been dating a while, then you kind of stop using a condom. So I don't know if that's okay or not, but that seems like something that happens a lot.
So back when you were being promiscuous, did you use condoms?
I don't know what you mean by promiscuous, but kind of the same situation that I was just explaining to you was that I would like I've always been like in different relationships, so I'm not really like the promiscuous type. So, but in my relationships, yeah, there's a point where you stop using condoms.
What about you,
Yeah.
Hirsch?
Yeah, to be honest, some of my friends and we kind of talked about this growing up, but then like I think relationship wise, I think my experience is like before we went beyond after using condoms, we got checked. That's a good preventable approach to looking at a healthy relationship. Like if you guys are going to start being a little more intimate and you're already having sex with condoms, but if you want to be safe, the next step is getting tested together. That's a good preventable approach for people who want to, practice sex and you're in a healthy relationship too. But my question to you guys is like, what if you have multiple partners? Like, how do you approach that in safe sex? Like,
I think if you have multiple partners, you have to use a condom. It's kind of like showing
Rule.
respect to the multiple partners. Oh, and
Alright.
respect for yourself, because I mean, you don't want to be putting your thing in places that you don't know where it's been,
Yeah, that's
that's
true.
true. Yeah.
So yeah, when you have multiple partners, then that's definitely a lot more scary and risky for sure. So, but I think a lot of times, and this probably happens a lot, but when people are like drinking or using alcohol or maybe other drugs, then they probably don't use condoms, like because alcohol kind of increases the feeling and the emotion that's going on, or the
Does it really?
attractiveness. I don't know. I think so.
Yeah, but let me ask you guys another question. All right, so where do you guys get your information on sex, or who gives this information? Like growing up, you guys all remember getting caught with a magazine or watching porn, or where do you think our people get information on sex in general?
Health class.
So the school system, you think, is
It was
responsible?
the school system. I didn't have
Really?
anyone talking to me about sex.
Huh. Did you guys do the whole the putting a condom over a banana? That
In
whole
health
thing?
class,
Really?
yeah, the pinch the tip of the condom, roll it over.
Yeah, I must have been sick that day.
Dang. I don't remember, to be honest. I remember just in junior high, but then got at high school, I think it was an option. I don't remember.
I think by junior high is too late. If you're trying to teach sexual ed by junior high or by high school, it's too late.
Damn, that's when I took the class in ninth grade.
Yeah.
Damn, I
Yeah,
took it
I
like in
remember.
8th grade.
In eighth
I
grade,
think-
damn.
Yeah, I think you only had to take it once here in Winslow, like, take it once in education, one class, and then you were done with it one semester. But yeah, I mean, well, I was reading up on it and I was looking at like how do kids, how do students, how do general population, how do we gain knowledge about sex? And I think the number one thing that they're showing is that we get it from the porn sites, porn websites,
Yeah,
the porn industry.
I think that's true.
So like, how does that impact a person's sexual, behaviors, their attitudes, and their beliefs surrounding sex, like safe sex? What do you think are the impacts of that?
I don't know, but watching porn never made me want to go do what they were doing. I was never like, hey, I'm here to fix this and then
Hey,
expect
so,
sex.
so you watch porn?
No, not
Yeah.
anymore. Not since I turned over a new leaf.
But I think that's the issue is that, like Delmar was saying, it's kind of a taboo to talk about it. So like, where else are we gonna learn? We got to go, watch porn and like try to get information from that way, and maybe that's not the right way to learn about sex for sure.
Because I think it'd be interesting if the porn industry was to adopt like safe sex practices, like before they go on to do some sexual, they'll put on a condom, say this is how you put on a condom, and then go at it.
Are you actually gonna watch
Yeah.
that part though? You would watch that part.
I don't know.
He's all putting on the condom.
He's
It'd
all,
be a good
show me
step.
now.
Because the porn industry is going away from actually using condoms because they have those high definition 4K HD.
How do
And
you know this?
I was, like I said, I did a little research. The audience prefer raw action, man. They don't prefer condoms to be used in the videos and porn. So the industry's moving away from that. But but that's where our people get the information for sex education. And it's like, does that lead to unhealthy sexual partnership?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't think like we get our sexual education from like from porn. I would probably say you'd first get it from, let's say a new show is that one show. What was it called? The one with the cowboys. Everyone, Yellowstone. See, some people could watch Yellowstone and be like, oh, that's how you're supposed to bag a lady. Or they could watch like Mad Men and see Don Draper pull some girls and be like, hey, oh, so I got to be like Don Draper. Things like that.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like junior high kids, little kids. When we were young, we had magazines. Nobody looks at magazines anymore.
No, but everything is sexualized though. You can watch a PG-13 movie and figure out, okay, they're gonna bone, or like kids growing up, they always do this, like when the nasty scene comes on. Like
then I'd find my mom's lingerie magazine or
it's all Victoria's Secret.
The catalog.
Jeez, but I don't know. My point of view, it brings insecurity, anxiety, and like just it brings people not wanting, like they don't understand the healthy sexual relationships. I mean, if you're watching it from the porn, like these dudes are big, man. They're probably insecure after they watch that. They're like, I don't want to perform. Like I rather.
Honestly, I think I don't think like Native communities are comfortable talking about sex. Like just the word sex makes them uncomfortable.
I'm uncomfortable right now.
And so like even the idea of like condoms makes people feel weird. Like, where did you guys get your condoms when you guys were in high school?
Yeah. You asked me that and I was like, damn, to be honest, I remember being in IHS just looking at them and I was a little kid. I was like, man, what are those? And and our friends did grab some. I remember that and shared with us, but I never had the courage to go up there and grab it because I didn't
Why?
I didn't want a doctor to come in and catch me because it was uncomfortable.
It's like
man.
taboo, right? It's like a weird thing. If you go for the condom, people automatically assume that you are going to be sexually active, but I don't think that's the case. It's kind of like a just in case this might happen, so I know I should be strapped.
Maybe at the school they should have them like at the nurse's office.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that they need to throw these things out like a parade. Like just make sure everyone has a condom just in case.
There you go, parade. That's a good approach. But I think there's a negative stigma associated to like sex education and like a lot of parents and a lot of teachers in the school system, they always say, oh, that's going to lead to high pregnancy among the youth and students, and that's the reason why they don't want to teach about this. But it's realistically like people are going to do it. It's like telling kids not to do something and they're going to do it no matter what the situation is. So you might as well just provide them some guidance and some preventable approaches to not getting pregnant if they're going to go on that topic, but really avoiding STIs or sexual transmitted diseases. I think that's the most important thing. And there's a healthy way you can do that.
Because like I remember in high school, the cross country team, I think it was a track team. We like stole a big box of Trojans from Walmart, and that was because no one wanted to buy them, because it was like you didn't want to get caught buying these condoms or else people would think you're sexually active, which is really stupid if you think about it. There's nothing wrong with being sexually active in my belief. Like I honestly, I mean, not everyone's built the same. Some people have a different sex drive, which isn't anything bad. I don't think that we should stigmatize people and be like, "Oh, you shouldn't have sex."
Hey, you need
think-
a medicine, man.
but
You're just all crazy.
You have to be a certain age or certain maturity level, right?
Yeah,
I
there's
would
an
think
age.
so.
There's an
No,
age
you don't think
appropriate.
so?
No, I said
There
I
is
would
a-
think so.
Oh, you
I
would
said I
think
would
so.
think so.
I was like, calm down. Yeah, there's age appropriate, education, how we're gonna teach people. But
Right,
yeah,
But you guys are trying to do it in 5th grade, though. So I don't know. So is that
Not
appropriate?
fifth grade.
That's what you said. You said you got to have that education before you go to middle school and high school.
No, I said have that education before. What if you're trying to teach sexual education in high school, it's too late. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
you've already too far gone. But while we're here, since we're talking about safe sex. So this is we're past, I guess, a part of safe sex. If you want to, let's talk about ways of preventing STDs. You guys want to know the 100% foolproof way of preventing STDs?
Yeah.
Adrian knows.
Abstinence.
Adrian knows.
And it's okay, guys, to be abstinent too, because I think there's a lot of pressure. Like when you're young, it's like, what? I don't know. You haven't had sex, or you don't know what sex is. You don't know about sex. You don't know what happens in sex. So then you get real curious about it.
What
You wanna
happens
know.
in sex?
Because I felt like I didn't know for a long time, and I'm like in
Yeah.
middle school and stuff.
He's
Like,
all out of the club.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, what is everybody talking about? What is
Sorry.
that? What is a
Well, just-
vagina?
But most of the
Yeah.
people that are talking
That's
about
true.
having sex
Yeah.
are lying.
Yeah, and then they're lying. So
I think so.
Or they're from bad parenthood.
Yeah.
Or they
So
got
Neffs.
different things that going on at home.
all you little neffs out there, just they're lying. Don't even worry about it. Just live your life, have fun, hang out with your bros. Bros before hoes.
All right. So for those of you though that find abstinence a little bit boring, are there some other ways to prevent STDs, Hirsch?
Getting
we-
checked, getting tested is number one. Like if you're
Even over condoms? I would say condoms is
do
number
both
one.
of them. Well, number one is condoms, but
Okay,
I'm
we
just
talked
saying
about
that,
that.
to prevent getting STIs from spreading it, it's always good to like get checked if you're sexually, active, if you have multiple partners, or if you want to engage in it. It's okay to get tested. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And matter of fact, it's healthy to get checked, periodically if you're sexually active.
This is my favorite one. Limiting partners.
Isn't it pretty embarrassing when you get an STD and you gotta tell the other person that you gave them an STD? Or
See,
is
that's
it okay?
That's the stigma. That's the negative stigma.
Yeah.
Like, how do we go beyond that? Because we're humans. We're humans. We do sexual, like it's part of just being a human experience.
So if you're having
of
sex,
having
then you
sex.
gotta be like, I don't know, forgiving, or because you kind of put yourself in that situation also.
Yeah, but that's what I mean by like a healthy sexual relationship.
Yeah.
I don't
Establish
know,
that
but
first.
some of these things could be stopped by wearing a condom.
Mhm.
Men can wear external condoms.
Mhm.
Women can wear internal condoms.
What?
Yeah,
Wait,
I've never
time out.
experienced the
Wait,
internal
let's-
condom.
Let's talk about that. Can you elaborate a little more on that? What is the external condom?
An external condom is the one that goes over the shaft of the penis.
No, internal.
An
For the woman.
internal condom it goes inside of the vagina, so it lines the walls.
I wonder
fishing
which
net.
one's more effective.
Probably I'd say the dude's condom.
I think so. Let me look that up. Keep conversating. Let me look this up.
Or you could have both of them on, just double up.
Oh, there you go.